Well, the world is full of sociopaths, and I feel like there aren't enough people with empathy. I've been homeless with my cat, like scrambling by, selling everything I own just to stay alive, while, everybody else racks up the riches and laughs at my misery. And I'm like, why aren't there enough people out there caring about each other? So I don't know. It's been a journey. Best I can say. I've been going through narcissistic abuse since basically childhood, and I'm just ready to get life going in forward motion instead of backwards at this point.
I guess it depends. Maybe lately thinking about failure a lot, unfortunately. Bounces around my head a lot. Fear of a future failure. Fear of heading nowhere, I guess. But yeah, that's honestly, to answer your question honestly, life, past experiences, disappointing people in my life, things like that.
I have really bad anxiety, so I'm thinking about dying most of the time, which is really sad. I try not to, but it's just the truth.
I'd say right now it's what am I going to do with my life, and what's going to be my career, stuff like that. I'd say is something I worry about a lot. But I've learned to just take a step back and sometimes just chill and sometimes look at the greater picture, the bigger picture. So yeah.
I would just say the direction of society, honestly. Are we loving each other enough, and the division kind of that's going on right now? I think eventually it'll be good, but I think that, we're going to have to go through some stuff, and it might be a little darker.
They just are scattered. I have thoughts that just come and go very, very quickly. I don't really dwell on too many very often. No, I kind of look forward more than I look back.
Probably comparing myself to others and how I look based on what I see on social media. Sometimes, I don't know, it just makes you feel different about yourself sometimes. I don't know, comparing yourself, I don't know.
The bad things that I've done. I think about every mistake that I've made, and I just replay them over. That's probably not a good thing, but it's something I need to work on. It changes by the day.
Yeah, that's a good answer. I think about what I haven't done. So things that I need to get done or things that I want to do in my life. And I kind of I get myself so stressed and worked up over it. But I think it is also something that I need to work on. But I don't know. I think it's good because it kind of motivates me in a way. So
my neck, that neck pain, constant. I'm gonna find out soon what's wrong. That's my biggest. And being with my family, I'm with my family now, it helps a lot.
Most recently, which is kind of funny, it's on Is There a Meaning in Life? We just had this discussion walking up here. I don't really think there is, but I'm okay with that. It's kind of random that we all ended up here, and that's pretty cool. So, yeah. How about you? What do you think about it?
That I think about most frequently, it would probably be battling kind of balancing everything in my life, all the various things, whether it's school, jobs, social life, family. That's probably the biggest one, just trying to feel my way out there and figure it out.
Oh God, I'm so terrified of death. Oh no. I just stay awake at night. I'm like, is it a simulation? I don't understand the point of any of this. It makes me very anxious, and I ruminate a ton on that because I'm like, I feel like once we experience death, we'll know what it was about. Do you know what I mean? Ourselves, and just why the world works the way it does. I don't know. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's it all mean?
Yeah.
What does it all mean? I think is one that I'm what's the point? What are we doing?
Yeah.
And then there doesn't necessarily have to be a point. I think maybe it's I ruminate about space too. I try not to think too much about outer space.
A black hole is 10 times the size of the sun or something. It's oh my God. That shit is bananas. That is just too much to think about entirely.
Yeah, the relative insignificance existential dread thing is always good. No, I normally ruminate about like are we good for the next week, 2 weeks? What's the big battle coming up in the next couple days, which I think is like honestly can be worse at times than the big picture. I think like it's all in an effort to kind of get out of that state and kind of hit a more equilibrium, place where you feel like you've got some good security, in all aspects of your life for the midterm, right? Like that's kind of all we can ask for, because I think that's when you can relax and breathe and be like, okay, now let's work on true happiness.
Oh, also the ethics of having children. Like,
in this
is
day
the
and age?
world going to be on fire in 15 years? Like, I have no idea. And, like, the political situation currently is scary, and climate change is scary. And I don't want to give birth either. Like, that sounds absolutely like a fucking nightmare. So.
That's Rob.
Oh yeah, my boyfriend's delivered like tons of babies, and he was like, it was icky. I was like, I believe it. Like, it sounds icky. So the ethics of having children is something I think about a lot as well. Like, I don't know if the apocalypse like is coming. Like, if I made 10% more money, I would definitely be a doomsday prepper. Like I'd have the bunker and everything, because like you can't keep the people you love safe if the world is on at all, but especially now it feels like.
Oh, these kind of questions I have a hard time with. What's going to make me happy for the day? What's going to make me content a few months down the road? Travels, friends, and connections.
Embarrassing memories from my childhood. All the different choices that I could have made to make my life be in a different place. That might just be my anxiety, though. Not really regrets. No, yeah, regrets. But also potentials, I guess. And learning from the choices that I've made to influence the choices that I'll make in the future.
Probably that's going to be okay. Like, you just need to realize, like, no matter what is frustrating you or, like, whatever might be overstimulating you at the moment, like, it's going to be okay one way or another.
Geology and mountain biking, because those are the two things I love to do most in life. Yeah, I'm kind of a half glass full type of person, I think. Life's too short to have a half empty glass.
Most often about if I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing career-wise. I question whether or not I did the right thing sometimes. So I'm a teacher, and I've had a rough time with it the past couple years, so sometimes I question whether or not I should be doing it. Oh well, it's been about a year or so, but I'm feeling good now, so hopefully I'm headed in the right direction. I have no idea. I don't know. And that sometimes makes me wonder if I should be doing something else, or if I'm just doing this because I don't know what else to do.
Ooh, that's a good one. Thoughts maybe the meaning of life. Still figuring it out, man. Yeah, not sure yet, but I'll let you know.
Like thoughts that I think about quite a bit. Making sure I'm a good father to my kids. A good example, a good father to them, show them example what a good man is, what a good dad is, what a godly man is, making sure that my kids know. So in the future, they know what a good person is at the end of the day. Yeah, so I think about that a lot. And any action I do or anything that I say or anything that I do with them, so I think about that quite a bit.
Future plans. I don't know, I feel like I'm 17, but I just turned 25, so I gotta get it together.
I always think, I'm always concerned about how my actions impact other people and other creatures, I guess. Just trying to be a good person and how I can be better. So I kind of meditate on that, I would say. Like wanting to treat others, the way that I want to be treated, and being respectful and being nice and kind, and just making sure that I do those things so that people have a good day. What about you?
Well, for me, I think it's like staying connected with myself and doing things I
actually really do want to do, and the way I just am. Like, I don't have any anxiety towards my future, but it's like anxiety towards like who I am in this very present moment, and if I'm doing enough and being really who I am. I guess, yeah.
Who you invest your time with. That's very important. I'm assuming you can relate now. You should always keep your energy on a strict budget. Not everybody should have access to it. It should be a privilege. Don't you agree?
I agree. I mean, it's going to be the same answer for me as well. You know, it's going to be the same answer.
Let me throw you guys some words of wisdom real quick. The difference between money and time is you know how much money you have. Think about that for a second.
I think this is it.